Hi guys. So, this read. Oh my. Self-care card for the day. Oh wait. Affirmation for the day. I move forward fearlessly, trusting that each step I take is perfectly guided. And I think we had this and another day, like within the last week, but I can't swear. I move forward fearlessly, trusting that each step I take is perfectly guided. And that actually is kind of the theme of the whole entire read. That is the simple version. I move forward fearlessly, trusting that each step I take is perfectly guided. I'll put it up so you can screenshot it if you want, but it is backwards. Okay, so that was the affirmation. The word of the day is responsibility. And responsibility is about taking responsibility for the choices and decisions that you are making in your life. Things that you're deciding to do, attitudes that you have, your level of happiness. If you're happy, then fabulous, you're doing a great job. If you're not happy, then that is a choice. Pretty much everything in your life, even if you are locked away and all you have is your thoughts, you still choose your thoughts. You can choose to think positive, uplifting thoughts, or you can choose to think bad thoughts. And a lot of people make choices, but they really have a hard time taking responsibility for the choices that they have made. They have a difficult time, a lot of people want to be a victim. They want to play the victim role. Something happens in their life. It's usually because of something that they have chosen prior to. And they have made a choice based on some circumstance, but they feel like they were a victim of that circumstance when they could have made another choice. And maybe they just made the wrong choice. Maybe they just made a bad choice. And they need to come to terms with that. There are not a lot of circumstances in our life where we come up to a choice and we're not warned that there are consequences for making a wrong choice. Very, very few times I can think of. I don't know. I'm pretty vocal about things I want, things I need, things I desire with people in my life. I may not say it every day. I may not, but if there's something bothering me, I'm going to let you know. And if I let you know repeatedly over and over and over again, and you choose to ignore me, then you're making a choice. You've made a choice. And there's nothing I can do about that. If you choose to ignore me repeatedly and disregard my feelings and disregard the way I don't know, then there's going to be consequences. That's all there is to it. And I'm talking about myself, but I am not any different than anybody else in this world. Everybody has their limits, and everybody will put up, they'll let everybody know what their limit is. And if you choose to step over that limit, then you are taking that choice. And you have to take responsibility for that. You can't blame somebody else because you chose how you want to act. The angel message for today: comfort. I, Archangel Michael, am here to help you through the present. I love you, protect you, and keep you safe. Accept my love. Allow it to dissolve your fear and breathe into tomorrow. How beautiful is that? The self-care card for the day. Your heart is like a magical kitchen. Your heart can create any amount of love, not just for yourself, but for the whole world. Open your heart, open your magical kitchen, and refuse to walk around the world begging for love. In your heart is all the love that you need. And there's another saying too about love coming out of you is more important than love coming into you, or something to that effect. So basically it's saying be a loving person. Don't be an... Okay? Okay. So I did this read, and I'm sitting here looking at it, and I keep pulling clarifiers on each one. And I didn't want to pull too many clarifiers, because if you do that, then it gets really kind of like, the energy gets kind of messed up, and it makes it worse, not better. So I stopped. And I stopped and I said, this is really messed up. This is an extremely bad, messed up reading. I don't even know if I want to explain it. That's how messed up it is. And I have a little nausea feeling. But I'm going to go ahead and explain it, because it may mean something to somebody. I really wish it didn't. I would love to think that it has nothing to do with anybody, but obviously it has to do with somebody and something that they're going through. And it's messed up. Okay, so the key, or the situation, is the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is some situation. It's, the hand of the divine is coming out with an ace, and aces are fire, aces are action. So this is doing something. Somebody is doing something, and the Ace of Wands, particularly in the upright position, is knowing that you have the ability to do this thing and starting it, getting on with it. And when I pulled the clarifier, just to see what would come up, it was satisfaction, gratitude, emotional stability, happiness, confidence, celebration, luxury, joy, achievement, success, and a bright future. So it's as if somebody has a plan. They have something they want to do, and they're really thinking about almost like they're getting excited about doing it, but and they think that this is going to bring them great fulfillment, that there's going to be some fabulous thing that's going to happen from the results of their actions. And the challenge, or the thing that's blocking that success, is the Three of Swords, which is heartbreak. So I don't know if this is a relationship situation, possibly, but they have this plan. There's something really great that they want to do, but the heartbreak is kind of like getting in the way. That's their challenge, is getting over the heartbreak. When I asked for a clarifier on that, it was directionless, unfocused, unpredictable, criminal, rude, vicious, conflict, missed opportunities, and acting in haste. This is somebody who is pretty impatient, and they haven't thought through maybe what they're doing, or they're only seeing a part of it, a portion of it. In the subconscious area, which is the part of the mind that we're not necessarily aware of, I show the Page of Pentacles. And Page of Pentacles, to me, usually means working with your hands. It's like a new project. Pentacles are earth. It's very grounding. It's a new enterprise, like a new project, a new business. It would be some new project that somebody has created. But this came up in the reverse, which means they're not creating a new project. They're not starting a new project. And I'm not sure if this is connected to the situation or if it's connected to something outside of that. But it almost feels like it's connected to something outside of that, and they don't want a new project to begin. It's kind of bizarre, like the cards that are around this situation. So when I pulled a card for clarity on this one, I got victim mentality, silence, bad thoughts, entrapment, self-sabotage, fear of failure, bad luck, mental blockages, and imprisonment. So, I don't know. Maybe this was a project that was going to get started and somebody just never got it off the ground because they couldn't, or I don't know. Or possibly this is energy. Maybe this is somebody that is starting a new project or is creating something new. And this energy that is opposing is making sure that gets stopped. It's a possibility. In the past, there was, instability, financial instability, a lack of faith, disconnection, insecurity, boredom, discouragement, monotony, despair. It's all really, really, really bad. Really bad. In the intent part, which is what this person or these people intend to put out into the world, or direct at people, or direct at a person, that is no new beginning in love. That is, they want, whoever this is does not want somebody or some group of somebodies to receive any love or admiration or nothing good, nothing positive. Like, everything here is a lot of positive and a lot of uplifting, lovely things, but then there is something that is stamping on top of it, like it's almost like a child telling their father about their plans for the next 5 years, and the father crushes their dream every time they bring up one part of the story, or one part, he just steps on it, squashes it, and kills the dream. Like he's trying to discourage his child from doing anything positive with their life. That's the feeling that this has in the base. What do you call it? The near future is, there's supposed to be some kind of healing. It's the 9 of Swords. So it's mind. It's something that's going on over here is going to give this person or these people relief from suffering. It's going to put them on a path of healing, and it shows that they have gotten to the very end, that it's painful endings, betrayal, crisis, collapse, failure, loss, grief, depression, a negative outcome, feeling crushed, and a victim of circumstances. So I really feel like this is not the person or the people the reading is about. This is the person. It appears that there is an abuser or many abusers, because it's a collective reading. Just to let you know, it's a collective reading, not a personal reading. Collective readings are collective as human beings. There are hundreds of energies within the collective. I am picking up on one of those hundreds. There can be many people who are experiencing this. There can be many people who are doing this. So, but I still feel like there is an abuser and a victim. Now that can be many abusers and many victims. The abuser is trying to make the victim feel like this. They want some terrible things for this people or this person. They want bad. They have no good intentions anywhere through this whole entire reading. On the outside of the reading, in the what to do category, is leadership. And knowing what to do, knowing the direction that you want to go in, knowing what you want to accomplish, knowing how you're going to get there and how you're going to get it done, basically. In the environment section, it is like a total destruction of financial well-being. It looks like a business or a family dynasty that is being destroyed. Maybe that might be the goal, because we've got, it's like, these are the two goals, okay? And in this category, this would be fabulous. This would be love and money. And this is what we're getting. No love, no money, no long-term financial security, there's the energy in this read is very, very bad. It's vengeful. It is mean. It is, it's not good. It's not good. I mean, I've never seen this much, like, hate, I guess, in one reading, in one place. This is really, truly hateful. Yeah. The greatest hope and fear is competition. So whoever this is, maybe they're starting a business and they're going to take out another business in order to thrive themselves, or I'm thinking it is business related, because although there's cups, the cups are few, and the one cup is reversed and the other cup is about the person or the people that want to cause the destruction. So the outcome to this situation is not good. The outcome to this situation is loss, stress, trauma, grief, mourning, disappointment, disconnection, loneliness, sadness, anger, mistake, and pessimism. And this is somebody who is in deep regret over loss. This is somebody who is trying to fight something that they feel was unjust. And they're not going to be able to do that because they're not doing it with love. They're not doing it. They're not doing it peacefully. They're doing it with a vengeance. They want to cause pain to somebody or to many somebodies. They don't want to see this person or these people achieve anything. They're trying to get in the way and make it so that that does not happen. And I'm thinking it's probably because they lost something. And that could be it too. You know, the leadership part, what to do is leadership. It's planning, it's, you know, knowing what you're going to do and how you're going to do it and all that good kind of stuff. But this other energy is saying, no, we're not going to let you do that. Or I'm not going to let you do that. I want you to feel bad. I want you to feel pain. I don't want you to get any attention. I don't want you to get any love. And I don't want you to move on successfully with your life. That's pretty much the whole and entire read. And the message from Spirit is, do not pay attention to this energy. You just do what you do, how you do it, the way you need to do it, and you just keep moving on. Don't worry about these people or this energy over here who's trying to destroy everything that you've created. We got you. We've got you. We'll take care of it. You just keep moving forward. That is the entire reading. So, I don't know if there's just like a whole lot of bad. I haven't looked to see where the moon is today, but I don't feel bad. I feel pretty good. I've gotten a lot done today. You know? Okay, so We got on the runes, silver tree. I like that. I like that little tree. And silver tree is, this is alchemy. And silver tree, where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? Last page. Silver was one of the most frequently used metals by alchemists. It is a very light silver color, makes it similar to the brightness of the moon because it was represented by a crescent moon. So that is a big silver. Silver. I don't know. Silver's going high? I don't know. Silver's been kind of holding its own. I was up to about 33, and I think I noticed today it was like 30. Okay, and then we have this one I'm not sure. You know what I think is kind of funny is that both of these are very similar. I think one might be it's an element. Okay, so this one signifies all 4 elements. So earth, fire, air, water. So all the elements and silver. Then we have an axe, which I think is a rune, and the rune is balance, exchange, partnership, generosity, relationships, unity with self and all others, especially with our higher selves, nature, and all things around us. That's a very nice one. So, silver, I would say spend some time out in nature maybe. I'm going to go play with some silver here pretty quick. I'm going to create alchemy. I am going to create alchemy rings. Yeah, that's it. And then the final is the Black Moon astrology. And the card that I pulled for today is Neptune, which is sacrifice. And I thought, I pulled that right after I tried to clarify this spread. And I thought, oh, ick. Okay. So, the whole idea of compassion is based on a keen awareness. I gotta turn this down just a touch here. I feel like I'm competing with it. The whole idea of compassion is based on a keen awareness of the interdependence of all these living beings, which are all part of one another and are all involved in one another. Thomas Merton. You are being directed into an area which may feel like it is unknowable. Surrendering to the mystery may work best for now. Allow nebulous, hazy, and indirect, although nebulous, hazy, and indirect, the energy of Neptune is one of the easiest to see. Where Neptune is placed in the chart is where we are most inspired, but also an area where we deceive ourselves. That's funny because that would be my, let's see, I think that's my friendships. And yeah, I definitely can deceive myself in regards to my friendships. Let's see. It is a place of mishaps, bringing on undercurrents of strangeness. For so many, Neptune is the source of many troubles, since this card indicates escapism as well as beauty. Dreams, film, art, disappointment, and reverie all fall under the rulership of Neptune. Refusing to look at what's real or simply being unable to, as well as seeing enemies as friends and vice versa, are all traits brought on by this watery planet. This is a time where some may try to manipulate with their crisis and rescue cycles, exhausting friends and family with their many problems. There may be a lack of boundaries and confusion where some may orchestrate their victimhood. Be very certain that the victim is not you. Neptune is a place of beauty and that which is ethereal. How come I can't say it? And not too easily reached. Neptune is inspired visions coupled with nebulous thinking. Neptune represents glamorous, the word glamour coming from the French word grimerie, and connected to the word grammar, meaning to create magic or to cast a spell. This card indicates poetry, music, art, psychic mediumship, but also nebulous thinking. When it shows in a reading, any words spoken or promises given are either poetry from the gods in higher realms or words which may be lies. But more positively, these may be messages from spirit or the tapping in to your own higher awareness. With the Neptune card, it will be difficult to get to the bottom of an issue. You may see smoke in mirrors, find yourself engulfed in nefarious mists, which blame casts on the wrong person or reason. With this card, you want to be absolutely clear and out front with everything. Neptune is the planet of sacrifice, so you may be asked to sacrifice something, usually related to the ego, for some greater good. Neptune represents our link to the all and governs the last sign of the zodiac. Pisces is connected to everything past, present, and future. Neptune shows where we are vulnerable and also where we want to escape to. There are opposites in all higher things. Lovers can become porn stars. Reverie becomes drunkenness. The dreams turn into nightmares. Unfortunately, Neptune represents self-destructiveness and self-sabotage. You may be caught in a situation which is unclear. The reason behind it may not make sense, or it is being withheld from you. Another manifestation of this card is that you may find difficulties getting on the right path or to clarify a direction. On the other hand, you may be extremely tuned in to the present time, sensing emotions, having visions, and if this is the case, what is below the surface is now being brought out. Oh, so that is the deal. That is the situation. This is the below the surface coming to the surface. This is Not a bad situation, really, in all honesty. But this is a bunch of really bad stuff coming up to the surface. That is exactly what that is. Um, the surface, what is below the surface is now being brought out. Be careful of trickery and playing emotional games. If a beautiful person enters your life, test the relationship. He or she may be too good to be true or the love of your life. The plane or the planet also represents sleight of hand tricks, yet also a supernatural type of creativity. You cannot be a poet or a mystic without the rays of Neptune influencing you. It is like falling off the edge of the universe into places we trust but have no concrete idea about. So beware of deception and confusion. But at least there will be poetry and reverie. Wasn't yesterday there was a lot of deception in the reading. It was about women, particularly about a group of women who were bent on destructing or doing destruction to other people. And they were, I don't know, I don't remember the details, but obviously this is more of that same energy, because only today we're seeing some really dark stuff coming up, where yesterday it was not, it wasn't too dark, it was just kind of matter of fact. And again, this is like Spirit is saying, hey, this is going on, this is what's happening, and this is what you need to do about it. What you need to do about it is just know what you're doing, why you're doing it, and do what you do. And don't worry about the rest of it. And this Neptune is kind of saying the same thing. Only it's giving a warning to really pay attention. Neptune card in brief: imagination, escapism, mysticism, divination, other realms, and making contact with higher realms, communication with ghosts and other spirits. Linked to the, I've had some situations recently with what I think are probably ghosts. And I'm not going to tell everybody about it, but they're actually kind of funny. Let's see. Contact with higher realms, communication with ghosts and other spirits, links to the universal mind, the ocean of consciousness, sudden flights of inspiration. I love those. Artistic ability, the artist's life, self-sacrifice, self-undoing, the creating of illusion, dangerous deceptions, narcotics, alcoholic drinks, toxins, poisons, medicines, the surface of allergens, physical ailments that you never get to the root of, the nerves and lymphatic system needing to flee and become more private, sleeping and dreams, the colors blue and violet, burning of candles, glamour, television, film, set design, bodies of water, and living or traveling near them, the beach, mimicry, and copying others, blending in, being too afraid to leave the fold, feeling overcome or intimidated, feeling mercy and compassion, emotional games in relationships, The corresponding tarot card to this card is the Seven of Cups. And the keywords for this one are Mercury, confusion, enchantment, wandering, passivity, and secret enemies. So, Pisces, 12th house. Neptune, yeah. Neptune. Pisces is a ruler of Neptune, right? Yeah, secret enemies, 12th house. So, I think we had 12th house yesterday, too. So there's a lot about secret enemies. Also, just because I happen to be thinking about it, somebody said, the other day I said, I don't know, in one of my things I said that Pluto has already come out of Capricorn. Well, I use astro.com for astrology, and I have been on looking at transits, I don't know, a week or so ago, and I noticed that Pluto's right where Pluto is, like where it shows on the chart, on the physical chart, it shows one dot into Aquarius. And I was watching something this morning and somebody said that Pluto was leaving Capricorn during the full moon, which is tomorrow. Not for everybody in the world, but tomorrow in the United States where I am. Anyway, I was like, I just looked at that and I saw that Pluto was already out. So I went and I checked it again. And I scrolled down to the bottom where they give like the exact degrees, and it was like 29.55 of Capricorn. So it is actually still in Capricorn. It is actually getting ready to leave. And it is happening during this full moon. I've heard that several times, but I kept looking at the chart, and the chart kept telling me it's already out of Capricorn by several degrees. And on the chart, it was showing that, but in the actual details at the bottom, it didn't show that. It was so close that, yeah, it was really close. Okay, so astrologically, I have not looked at a lot of I looked at a chart in detail, but what I'm seeing is pretty intense. As far as we have a full moon in Taurus tomorrow. So if you have Taurus placements, you have Taurus planets, those will be conjunct, possibly. Anyway, you'll have to pull up your chart and see how it's going to affect you because it's impossible for me to know. But you have the full moon, which is a time of harvest. So you plant your seeds during the new moon, and during the full moon is when you would harvest. So that is the time where things come to you. Your manifestations start to materialize. You're not planning or preparing. You are reaping the benefits. In Taurus, it's earth, fixed, so stubborn. So you could run into some stubborn energy. It's about the material world. It's about, work, making money. It would be the physical, the 3D. And ironically, that's what Capricorn's about. And Pluto is the planet of transformation, and it is coming out of, so it's trined Capricorn to Pluto, and then Pluto is coming out and going into Aquarius. So that's a whole lot of energy that's going into the material, the earth sign. So it's possible that all that darkness, all that crap that was going on is because of the Pluto, like it's rising up to be released. I don't know. The other thing is Mercury, which is the planet of communication. It rules Gemini and it rules Virgo. It is getting ready to go retrograde, and we are in the shadow period now. I don't usually pay much attention to the shadow period because Mercury causes enough chaos in my life without extending it. But if you want to look at the shadow period, pay attention to things that are happening right now. Those things will replay. It's kind of like Mercury. You have the situation, it keeps moving, it stops, it goes back over like the situation and then back, and then it moves and it comes back over. So technically with Mercury, there is a lesson. And in that lesson, there are 3 points of that lesson being very obvious. That is at the beginning of the Mercury retrograde. That is in the middle of the Mercury retrograde. That is at the end of the Mercury retrograde. And they will, it's one of those things where it's like the issue comes up, you work through the issue, and then you solve the problem on the end of it. And typically, you can solve these problems during one Mercury retrograde. There are instances where it takes several, or it takes several planets to solve an issue. At any rate, there's a lot going on astrologically, and it's a lot going on that is personal. So there's personal and then there's outer. And there's been a lot going on outer, but all of these things that are happening through November and possibly even into December are a little bit more on a personal level than a global level. Global level, there's a lot of retrograde planets. I don't think that anything's really moving until January. But personally, there's a lot of stuff that's going on. So it could feel like your life is kind of crazy. Out of control, maybe a little confusing. And with this Neptune card, I feel a little concerned. Anyway, I hope everyone does really well. I hope you guys are all happy and healthy and living your best life, and just keep going if you are. If you're not, figure out what it is that you need to get back onto the path and stay on it. And don't let these negative, loser, bad energies throw you off your path. Just say no. Block the energy and move on your path. Do your thing. And let them worry about their own stuff. Because everything that they're doing right now to create a problem in your life or somebody else's life is karma. And it's going to backfire on them. And they're just too stubborn to figure it out. Oh, maybe they like the pain of the karma. Possibly. But if I was one of these energies that was fighting everybody and everything, I would be really concerned about my well-being in the future because God doesn't play well with people who do destruction. So, love and blessings to all.